In the world's greatest country, in its most pivotal state, lies Pennsylvania's Lehigh Valley, an economic hub that's as vibrant as it is ideologically eclectic. Its just over 700,000 residents will play a critical role in deciding the course of American leadership and thereby the world. Who are the thinkers, workers, and leaders that will decide our collective fate? Join me, Moshe Kurtz, as I walk through the valley and find out. Thank you, my friends, for joining me today as I walk through the valley with Mr. Murtaza Jaffer, a partner of EBC Printing and Signs here in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and is an executive board member of the Greater Lehigh Valley Chamber of Commerce. Now, Murtaza, we've gotten to know each other over the past several months. Yes. You've been a great friend to me, a great colleague, and we've had our adventures across the Lehigh Valley. But the truth is, before you got here, right, you actually come from Tanzania, if I'm not mistaken. So what I would love to understand, I'm sure our listeners are already interested to hear, how did you, and also I believe your brother as well, Mustafa?
Correct.
So how did you both come from Tanzania to leading what I think we would consider to be the premier printing business that services the entire Lehigh Valley area?
Well, first of all, Rabbi Moshe, Shalom, my brother, my friend, I want to thank you for everything that you're doing, because you know, the way you have been so kind, not only to me, but to the entire community, is just profound. We need more leaders like yourself who have the love for everybody. I've seen some of your podcasts and you are so good with everyone. So I just want to thank you and commend you for the work that you're doing.
It's very generous of you, Murtaza. I really appreciate it. And though this podcast is not about me, it's about you, my friends. So I'll take that one. I'll put that one in a little compartment over there. And I very much appreciate it. I very much value our friendship. But yeah, I remember when we first met, you told me you came from Tanzania, and we talked about it briefly, and then we kind of moved on to other things. So this isn't just for the listeners. I would love to get the full scoop on your story.
Well, originally from Tanzania, born and raised, Rabbi Moshe, and we are considered fifth generation of Indian descent from India.
Where is Tanzania located precisely?
So Tanzania is in East Africa, but my descendants came from India. So we migrated to Tanzania, East Africa in the 1800s and settled there.
What brought people from India to Tanzania?
Opportunities, better life. There was, as you know, Africa is rich in so many resources. There's also slave trade as well. So there's much history that you can find through that migration. And as you know, most of Africa was colonized by many different countries. So that's also a part of the history as well. For example, off the coast of Tanzania is an island called Zanzibar.
I think I've heard of that one.
And my grandmother was born in Zanzibar. Most of my wife's family is from that area. And it has a Arabian influence in this island because it was colonized by a country called Oman. So a lot of the people, when they speak the native language, Swahili, even the accent is very Arabic influenced.
Right, and I remember that you told me that you're apparently fluent in Swahili, Hindi, Urdu. Tell me if I'm pronouncing this right. Gujarati and Kachi.
Yeah.
Okay. So where all these languages? Some of them I recognize, some of them I don't. How do you know all these?
Rabbi Moshe, first of all, I wish I knew a major language like French, Spanish, like all these major languages, Hebrew,
Yeah, I'm working on that one also.
But no, these are languages that we grew up with. So the national language of Tanzania is Swahili. And since you are a parent as well, you can relate it to all the words from The Lion King. So Hakuna Matata is a Swahili word which means no worries.
Wait, it actually means that?
It actually means that.
Means no worries for the rest of your... Oh, I'm going to tell my daughter that. She loves that song.
Now, how did you know? Rabbi Moshe can also sing, so he's going to sing for us.
Oh, no.
But no, like Simba, the word Simba means lion.
That's pretty on the nose.
Rafiki means friend.
Huh.
So these are all Swahili words.
What does Mufasa mean?
Mufasa is just a name.
Yeah. Like Scarls.
Like Scar, yeah.
My daughter calls him Scarf for some reason. We're trying to there's no F, it's just Scar. But Hakuna Matata, oh my gosh. So it's not just I always thought they kind of just made it for the movie.
It's amazing. You know, every place has its own charm. Lehigh Valley has its own charm. You know, Tanzania has this saying Hakuna Matata. My family and I were lucky enough to visit Costa Rica one year, and their tagline is Pura Vida.
Or Vida?
Pura vida means, you know, everything you say is pura vida, no worries, or, you know, full of life, you know, everything for life. So it's nice that even Tanzania has a tagline, which is Hakuna Matata.
I love that. Wow, I'm never going to watch Liking the same way again.
And then the other languages are languages that have derived from us migrating from India. So there are languages spoken in India. For example, Kutchi is a dialect that we speak at home, and it's from the state of Gujarat in India. So for all these generations, we have kept up in speaking these languages.
Wow. And you recently went back to India on a trip, right?
It's my first time going to India.
Oh, for the first time. I didn't realize.
First time. It was such a dream, Rabbi Moshe, because we did the Triangle Tour and we got to see the Taj Mahal and learn the history behind the Taj Mahal.
It's considered, is that one of the 7 wonders of the world?
Correct.
I played the board game, so I know that.
Very good. Very good. Such rich history, and just to kind of go back to our roots and see what it's all about. And I do recommend to all your listeners that, you know, please travel the world and explore. We were actually looking at Disney and traveling internationally, and we actually found traveling internationally to be more affordable than Disney.
Whoa, that's such an indictment.
Such a big surprise to us as well, because, you know, we found Disney every step of the way to be more costly. And
for every subscription level, and then if you want a chance of maybe making on Space Mountain within 3 hours, you need to get the Flash Pass or whatever they call it.
Exactly. So why not travel the world and experience something internationally? So I've made it a point that, you know, especially with I have a daughter who's 12 years old, and I want her to learn about different cultures, different religions, and seeing the beauty within what the world has to offer.
Well, you do a great job at that, and we're gonna get back to the religions and culture, God willing, in a future question in this discussion. But in the meantime, I actually wanted to shift a little bit and talk about your work as a networker. So I know you describe yourself in your bio as a high-value networker, but it's not just you. You actually received an award from the Greater Lehigh Valley Chamber of Commerce as Networker of the Year. So I've seen you in action, and I fully believe that. I can attest to it as well. And what I'm curious is, what would your advice be to those who want to build their networks, those who want to get out there, but they don't quite know how to do it? Do you have any best practices, any advice for them?
Absolutely. Rabbi Moshe, when we started our business, it is the mere result of the people and the feedback that we have from our team members, because our team members are, you know, born and raised here in the community. They have so much love and passion for this community. So the first person that we had hired here in our business, the big sister, she kind of structured what myself and my brother, who's my partner, Mustafa, should be doing, or what our roles should be. And she defined my role to be the community relations person, the business development person, or the salesperson. And Mustafa, because he has a finance background, to be doing a lot of the management, operations, making us understand the numbers. And till today, I have this battle with them, because I tell them that I'm not supposed to be in this position. Maybe we can get somebody who's really good at sales, really good, but we respect each other and we learn from each other and we see all these qualities within each other that help us be in the roles that we're in. One of the reasons why I am in this role is the belief that when Andrea saw that, in the Lehigh Valley, we're like a small community. We're one small family right here, and everybody kind of knows each other and develops trust within each other, and they want to work with each other who they trust. So my advice for this question would be to be your authentic self, to be yourself, be willing to make mistakes and learn from those mistakes. But the authenticity part is the main thing.
And that comes through. I feel that when you're going around and you're not pretending to be someone you're not, you just present yourself as Murtaza. And I think that's why people love it.
Right.
So that's great advice. And I know also that you work with Penn State Lehigh Valley's business program as a mentor for up-and-coming, young, prospective entrepreneurs. So I'm curious, from what you've seen, what are the challenges that are facing young, up-and-coming entrepreneurs, those who want to start a business, those who want to really get out there? What are the biggest obstacles, and what is your advice to them on how to approach it?
Rabbi Moshe, Penn State Lehigh Valley is near and dear to my heart because I went to school there. I did 2 years at Lehigh Carbon Community College and then 2 years at Penn State Lehigh Valley Berks. And that stepping stone was such an integral part in my life. And I attest that that the ability to go over that period of time dedicated to my professors there. I have professors there who I'm still in touch with till today. Professors like Dr. Ogden, Dr. Nicola Gutgold, Dr. Ogden's husband, Dr. James Ogden. These are all people, leaders and mentors who have made an impact in my life. So my advice to the future generation is that when you are getting your education, in no matter what period of your life, which would be high school, college, community college, trade school, is that you keep those relationships with the people who are giving you your education. That would be my best advice for them.
Yeah, that's a great point, because many times, I've done this myself, where we go to different educational institutions, we see them as temporary stepping stones, and then we kind of just put them in the rear view mirror as we move on to next stage. But this definitely, I totally relate to this as well. I know this is about you, not about me, but I had that experience recently that I went back to my community high school, right, and I reconnected with the faculty there, and it was such a special experience. And I know from a professional standpoint, even, that was helpful for me in my career, not forgetting where I came from. So that resonates with me.
Beautiful, beautifully said.
Now, I know also you're involved in a lot of things.
Yes.
Something that caught my eye is the Forum for Ethics. Now, as a clergy person, as a rabbi, when I see things about ethical discussions, I get really excited, because I always love discussing philosophical dilemmas and scenarios. And I'm not sure if you guys sit down and talk about the trolley problem all day, but what exactly does this forum do, and anything interesting that you're up to lately?
Absolutely. So the Forum for Ethics is a group of amazing leaders, and it's an organization built with the Sales University.
That's our friend Father Greenfield.
Exactly. Father Greenfield is amazing, and Christian-based, but everybody's welcome. And what better than to talk about ethics in the workplace, especially during this troubled times, So we
troubled times. What's going on?
Well, right now with everything that's going on in the world, we can talk about good things related to ethics. And that I don't hear that topic often in the world is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And here is a platform where you talk about what is the right thing to do in different scenarios. So we have had so many different topics and themes with the Forum for Ethics. We have a board that organizes 3 or 4 breakfasts per year. And I would love to have you as my guest.
Oh, I appreciate that.
At the next Forum for Ethics breakfast, because The next topic at the breakfast is beyond the bottom line, corporate social responsibility as an ethical leadership.
Wow.
And we have such a nice format, Rabbi Moshe, is where we're inviting leaders in the community to talk about this topic. But then we also get time at our tables for table talk.
That's fun.
And then the table actually gets to, if we have an amazing idea or a solution, we get to share that idea with the whole group.
I love that.
So I really find it humbling that we talk about ethics.
But here's the question I have. You know, once we come up with some good guidelines for ethical stances, how do we get that into the corporate boardrooms and to the CEOs and to the people who are actually the decision makers? Is there some way to get these conversations to those tables? Because many times corporations, as a matter of law, many of them, they have fiduciary responsibilities to shareholders. Their job basically is to increase the bottom line and to increase the shareholders' incomes. So how do we get these important ethical discussions to the ears of those who are actually making those decisions?
Exactly. And I feel like this is a great start where we invite those CEOs, those C-suite people.
Oh, so they actually join in on those conversations.
We invite, and that's why I'm inviting you. One of the leaders in our community to join us and to learn and to spread the good work that comes out of these forums and share that with our community, because it does benefit our community.
And what I love about it is that, you know, DeSales it's a Christian university. You come from the Muslim tradition. I come from the Jewish tradition, and these are faith-based discussions rooted in these long-time traditional religions, which have a lot of people who were standing on their shoulders who thought about these issues. So, you know, something I've really appreciated, Murtaza, about your activity in the Valley is that in addition to representing the best of the business community, you've also been a really great liaison, I believe, for the Muslim community here in the Valley. Just recently, I give you credit for making this all happen. We were both at the Allentown State of the City event, in which Mayor Turk, he celebrated his new term, talked about what's cooking in the city of Allentown, and you opened up with a very beautiful prayer. I didn't realize that you were a singer on top of your many other talents that you have. I played it at home afterwards. And I kept playing. I was like, oh, this sounds so nice. You know, it's had a very calming and soothing effect. And then I gave an invocation from the Jewish tradition. So I'll ask you to reflect, and you can go kind of where you're comfortable in terms of this, which is, it's known that the Muslim community has had challenges here in the United States of America. And I'm curious, just what are the challenges, and also not just the challenges, but the opportunities that you have experienced on a personal level, on a communal level, and on a national level? What's the current state of affairs, and where do you hope things will be going?
I'll be honest with you, Rabbi Moshe, I've had zero challenges being a citizen of the Lehigh Valley. On the contrary, I've just received support from this community.
Wow.
And it's been such a positive experience. I'll just give you an example of our congregation, the Al-Ahad Islamic Center. Right now we're going through construction.
Yes, I pass by there all the time. It looks like it's going to be a remarkable edifice when it's done.
Yes. And while this construction is going on, our congregation got invited to congregate at the Asbury United Methodist Church. Now, even in my home country, I have not seen Muslim prayers happening inside a church. And I think this is why the Lehigh Valley is completely unique, completely special in its own way, that they are so accepting of different cultures, different faiths, ways that where we can collaborate together. I find that there's so much beauty in that. You know, during Ramadan, the JC
coming right up, right?
Coming right up. One of the years we wanted to host a sports night, and as you know, the fasting period, we're breaking our fast late in the evening.
Right, that's tough.
And we hold a sports night in the weekends right after that. One of the years, guess who opened up their doors for us? the JCC on 22nd Street.
The Jewish Community Center.
They said, here you go. Here's our sports center. Feel free to use the swimming pool, the racquetball facility. And how kind of them to open that up for us. So I'm seeing that all the different faiths in the Lehigh Valley, they're so open to embracing and learning about each other and seeing beauty in the differences. Whereas the world might be dividing it, we are seeing beauty in the differences.
I love it. And this is important because you look at the media, and not that there isn't, that ugliness that's out there in society that needs to be addressed. But we do also need to talk more about these kind of instances of unity that you don't really hear about in the media because that unfortunately doesn't get as many clicks as we would like. But this is the kind of stuff I love to highlight. As we're kind of wrapping up and coming into our final round of questions, sometimes I like to ask people this question. So I call it the Lehigh love and the Valley vexation because, who doesn't like a good alliteration? Or maybe that's just me. So something that you really love about the Lehigh Valley area, and then something other than the traffic on Route 22 that vexes you a little bit, but maybe something that also could be addressed and could be improved upon.
Every community, every place in the world, if you look at, there's always good and bad apples everywhere. But I promise you, Rabbi Moshe, I haven't found one kind of negative thing in the Lehigh Valley. And that's why I love it so much. My extracurricular activities are very simple. Where I live in the west end of Allentown, we have a beautiful park called Trexler Park.
Oh, yeah.
And I just love going for walks there. Maybe going for a jog if I'm up to it. And then just connecting all the way to where Muhlenberg College is. There's a small cafe of our friend Jay's Local.
Yes.
And I just love that spot because it's a small business and there's such a great family there.
I'm glad you mentioned Jay's Local because we're going to be doing future live recordings of this show at Jay's Local.
Look at that.
Line. So there's our little promo slipped into the episode. Thank you, Murtaza.
Yeah, but it's simple things like that. Just grabbing coffee with a friend, getting to learn about an organization or an individual. I consider it a blessing when we're doing that. And just those walks makes the life complete here in the Lehigh Valley.
I'll have to join you one of those in the future, God willing.
Most welcome anytime.
I'd like to ask you to give a shout out, actually. I call it Lehigh's Lost Legends. They don't have to be lost legends per se, but thank God the EBC printing business, those on audio don't see, I'm pointing to this beautiful graphic behind us. You've done a great job with the name recognition and getting it out there. So many organizations, whether they be governmental, whether they be in the private sector, use you, and people know about EBC printing. Thanks to a lot of the good work you're doing. But is there any, whether it's an individual, an organization, a corporation, something out there in Lehigh Valley that maybe it's like a little bit under the radar, but you want to give props to?
When I look at different organizations, nonprofits, small businesses like myself, everyone is making an impact in the Lehigh Valley for the betterment of the community. Just this past weekend, we heard the news that a very large pharmaceutical company is coming in.
Eli Lilly, right?
Eli Lilly.
Yeah.
They're investing right here in Fogelsville. So I'm so excited that they're coming here and it'll generate so many different jobs.
Get ready for the traffic, though.
So it's making an impact, in the community. And we see the nonprofit world, they have their mission. Most recently, I've been involved serving on the board for VIA of the Lehigh Valley, and I just wanted to share what they do. VIA of the Lehigh Valley is a nonprofit agency that provides services for children, adults with disabilities like autism, cerebral palsy, and Down syndrome. I've also recently been involved with the Alzheimer's Association. They have their meetings here at EBC Printing and Signs.
Wow.
And there's so much more to learn about them and what they're doing. And also the American Cancer Society. I've been involved with them recently as well. So these are all, wonderful organizations and they have their mission. But I also feel that we as a small business are making an impact as well. Because we have such huge responsibilities as far as our overheads. We have a facility here, so we have a mortgage here that we're responsible for. But we also are responsible for our people, who are really good people from this community. So their salaries, their healthcare benefits, taking care of them. We are making an impact on them. They are our family. They come first. Without them, we cannot serve our clients. So what I want to leave my legacy with, and maybe just an advice for my children is that we do the right thing, we do good work, and that we support these people as they serve our community. And that's what I would like to leave my legacy with.
I love it. Thank you so much, Mr. Murtaza Jaffer. Thank you for your time, and I appreciate you joining me as I walk through the valley.
Thank you so much. L'chaim.
Thank you for joining me as I walk through the valley. If you enjoyed this episode, please take a moment to rate and subscribe to our show. If you have questions or would like to book a live recording or have a speaking request, please email rabbi@sonsofisrael.net. This is Moshe Kurtz. I look forward to having you join me next time as I walk through the valley.